Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, Medicare open enrollment is upon us. We've signed on to help you sign up. Then, want to unlock the doors to financial success? We have a few key pieces of advice. This private screening could keep your heart beating. We'll clue you in to a critical coronary test. Plus, what's music to your ears can also be helpful to your happiness. We'll take note. And a child with special needs needs special care. We'll help you make sure they're cared for when the future comes.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Medicare open enrollment is right around the corner. That means it's time to peruse the different plans and then register for the right one. Amanda McFarland is here to help, and in a minute she'll have some information that you'll want to jot down. So get your pencil and paper ready. Amanda is an account manager at Medical Mutual of Ohio. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Remind us first, what is open enrollment?
Yeah, so every year Medicare has an open enrollment period where members can switch Medicare Advantage carriers. So in January, carriers are allowed to make plan changes. So based on the changes that your carrier makes, you may want to move to a different carrier. So from October 15th to December 7th of every year, you're able to switch carriers.
So tell us what you have to be looking for when you're looking for this Medicare Advantage plan, so we know it's right for us.
So you do have to be enrolled in Medicare Part A and Part B in order to get a Medicare Advantage plan. From a product perspective, there are a couple of things that you'll want to take into consideration. First is, what are your health needs? Are prescriptions important to you? Are your doctors important to you? And what premium can you spend? There are some zero premium plans out there. Medical Mutual is one of them. And then the most important thing that we stress is your providers. If you're using a doctor, you want to make sure that that doctor is in the carrier's network.
Okay, otherwise you might lose him.
Right.
If he's a good guy. So Medical Mutual is offering both HMO plans and PPO plans, right? So can you tell us what's the best for us?
Yeah, so it'll vary by person. PPO plans are typically a higher premium plan, but they give members a little more flexibility. So with a PPO plan, if you stick to our list of providers, you will receive, this set of benefits. But the PPO plan does allow you to go outside of that list and receive a smaller benefit. Now, HMO, those plans are typically richer benefits and lower premiums because you are limited to that set of doctors. If you were to go out of it, you wouldn't have any coverage. Now, Medical Mutual's Medicare Advantage plans, they're going to cover everything that Medicare covers. We do cover it differently. In addition, our Medicare Advantage plans cover prescription drugs.
So you don't need that extra Medicare D part.
No. And we also, Medical Mutual plans add dental and vision, and then Silver Sneakers. So if you're not familiar with Silver Sneakers, it's a free gym membership to Silver Sneakers facilities if you're a Medicare Advantage client with us.
Sounds like a nice little perk along the way there. So once you decide, you got to research, and you can help research these various types of plans. How do you enroll? Is it hard?
No, there's several ways that you can enroll. You can enroll with Medical Mutual directly, or you can enroll with a local agent. So the ways to enroll, you can, again, do it face-to-face. You can also contact us on the phone at 866-406-8777. Or for the hearing impaired, we do have a TTY number, that's 711. If you like to go online, our website is medmutual.com/Medicare. And then, of course, if you like to do it through the paper, you can always mail an application to the address on your screen right now.
All right, doesn't sound like it's hard at all.
No.
So what's your advice? Get out there and learn and
yeah,
pick,
absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
All right. So you still have time to make up your mind about your Medicare plan, but it requires research before making the right decision. So don't delay. My thanks to Amanda for helping us understand not only our options, but enrollment as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Find out more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by visiting www.medmutual.com/go or call 1-844-606-5387. Next, keys to financial success. But first, we're not the only country to commemorate Columbus Day. So what other nation acknowledges this ocean-crossing explorer? And when is their Columbus Day? We'll sail back with the answer in a moment.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Spain annually observes the anniversary of Columbus's arrival in the Americas on October 12th, the day land was spotted by Columbus and his crew in 1492. Back in our homeland, we have his holiday marked for the second Monday of October, which this year is tomorrow.
Opportunity is knocking, the opportunity to be financially successful. But do you have the right keys to open the door? Jim Lineweaver is here to be our locksmith and help us unlock the mysteries to financial success. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. So welcome back to the show.
Thanks. I should have brought my skeleton key, I guess.
Oh, that would have been good.
All those locks, yeah.
You know, or Mr. Jingling's keys that he always had. So.
There you go.
So does financial success really mean that you've got more money than you know what to do with?
Well, that's one definition, and wouldn't we all love to be in that
Yes.
category? But for a lot of people, it really comes down to, are you controlling your money, or is your money controlling you? So the opposite of financial freedom are people that may not be able to, you know, take the vacations they want to do or travel and do those things, or have, you know, we can live in paycheck to paycheck, or might even have a hard time making their health care bills on a monthly basis. So financial freedom really means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Okay, well, let's key in on the steps we need to take. So the first thing, I guess, is research, right?
It is. This is where you really got to look at several key factors, because it's not only just savings, but you also have to look at your investing. You also have to look how you're handling your debt and things along that nature, and budgeting. So there's a lot of factors that go into this successful rate of, you know, financial freedom.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of those keys. First, let's go into investing. What do we need to know?
Well, this is a complicated subject, because a lot of times, you know, there's so many different opportunities out there. So we actually recommend you see a certified financial planning professional, a CFP. They've usually done the research, make sure they're independent, both on the insurance and the security side, so they're really not biased one way or the other. But it does take a tremendous amount of research, but also the internet is just not the answer, because there's a lot of misinformation out there too.
Oh,
so
wait,
make
it's not
sure,
all true?
Yeah, imagine that, right? Not the key to everything, but in any event, try to seek some good help out there, and it's available at your fingertips if you need it.
Okay, and one of the key things that you seemed to say was important was budgeting. We need to live within our means, but maybe even below our means?
Yeah, so...
What does that mean?
Yeah, well, a lot of people, unfortunately, you know, push the envelope too much, or if they have some extra money sitting in the savings account or checking, I got to go spend it. Well, the thing is, you always have to learn to pay yourself first, and the sooner you can grasp that concept, the better off you're going to be down the road, and also looking at needs versus wants. But if people want a good place to start, they can go to our website at lineweaver.net. We have a budget sheet for them and can help put some things in perspective. But the main thing is that, you know, let's say you're out trying to go buy a house and the bank approves you for a $250,000 loan. You don't have to go get a $250,000 house, because then furniture and everything else is going to be on top of that. Maybe you can find something for below $200,000 and stay below your means and have some nice extra cash flow on a monthly basis.
Okay. You've touched on investing, savings, budgeting. How about debt? I mean, my guess is that we shouldn't have any. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, you can go paint your front door red, I guess, if your house is paid off, you know. But needless to say, there's good debt and there's bad debt. We're in such a low interest rate environment, and if you can use some instruments where you can get that debt tax deductible, then why not take advantage of it? Because we're not going to see these low rates again in our lifetime. So if, you know, credit card debt's obviously bad. Unsecured loans can't deduct the interest, bad. Anything over like a 5% interest rate right now, even if you can't deduct it, bad, try to refinance it. So good debt, bad debt, but good debt can be used as a leverage to, over time, after you pay it off, dramatically increase your net worth if it's done correctly.
All right. And you mentioned credit score is something that you might want to take a look at.
Well, this is where the debt, if you get out of control, you got to make sure your credit scores are in line. So everybody
you
has...
need the good debt, which is also key to how well you're doing on paying maybe the old bad debt. So.
Exactly, right. So check your credit scores on a regular basis. Everybody has access to them. You know, you can get a free report a couple times a year. You can actually go through Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. The numbers are on the screen. But I encourage at least every 3 to 4 years, check your credit report to make sure nothing popped up that shouldn't really be there.
And then you can fix it if it is. So, there's a lot of information you covered here today, but I understand you've got complimentary seminars coming up that can help our viewers.
We do. We're going to go in a lot more depth than we were able to do on the show today. So we have one coming up actually on October 25th at 6 p.m. in our Valley View office. Another one Thursday, October 27th at 1 p.m. They do fill up fast, but they are free to your viewers. If they call in quickly, they should be able to reserve a seat for it.
All right. Sounds good. Remember Jim's first key to financial success? Research? His complimentary seminar is a great place to start. Or give him a call. The number's next. My thanks to Jim for keying in on these important financial factors.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, artery issues and answers. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. We've got a lead on great beads. The Intergalactic Bead Show comes to the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds October 22nd and 23rd. Here you'll find rare beads, precious stones, and freshwater pearls, as well as fantastic finished jewelry pieces. Want more information? It's just a stone's throw away. Call 888-729-6904 or click to www.beadshows.com.
If you have risk factors for coronary disease, there's an important screening you should know about. And Dr. William Lewis has joined us here in the Metro Health studio to tell you what it is. Dr. Lewis is the Chief of Clinical Cardiology at Metro Health. So welcome to the show.
Morning.
Before we talk about the screening test, we probably need to know what these risk factors are. So tell us about those first.
So these are your normal risk factors for heart disease. And so we think about advancing age, first of all. We also think about the normal risk factors we talk about with patients. Are you a diabetic? Do you have high cholesterol? Do you have high blood pressure? Are you a smoker? Those are the risk factors that we commonly see in patients with heart disease.
Okay, so if you have one or more of those risk factors, then the screening becomes really important. So we've waited long enough to hear about it, and tell us about the screening test.
So the screening test is a CAT scan. It's a very brief CAT scan. It doesn't require an IV. It takes 5 minutes. You lay down on the CAT scanner, and the scanner goes around your chest really quickly and picks up the amount of calcium in the coronary arteries. And it does so using the amount of radiation that you normally get if you have a mammogram.
Okay, so it's not real dangerous as far as radiation goes, and it's quick and easy. And so this is catching people early on in the coronary disease process?
Correct. So the people that we want to screen are patients who have no history of heart disease already. So if you have a history of heart disease, you follow up with your cardiologist, that's the way that normally happens. If you don't know, or you're asymptomatic, that is, you don't have symptoms, and you have a risk factor, you kind of want to know if you have coronary disease lurking in your body. And this is a great way to find that out.
Okay, good. So what exactly, I mean, you said it was pretty quick and easy, so it doesn't take real long. Is it covered by insurance? It seems like this is important enough that that would be something that insurance would cover.
So it's a screening test, and that by definition it's not covered with insurance. And so we went to great lengths to try and make this affordable for people to try to find out whether they have coronary disease or not, and to know with high certainty whether they have coronary disease.
Okay, so you got the price down as low as you could.
We did.
And
we did. We worked with our colleagues in radiology to see what we could possibly do this for, and we got it down to $40.
That's great. It's like a copay for a lot of things. So.
It is. It is.
And it's so important, it sounds like. It sounds like it's a very much of a life-saving test. So if you know you've got the potential for something to be really wrong in your heart, that you can plan for it.
Correct. And you can You can plan for it. You can initiate treatments to prevent coronary disease, and you can have discussions with your doctor to try to find out whether further testing is required.
If you're at that early stage, so there really are things that you can do to kind of prevent it or turn it around?
Absolutely. First of all, modifying your risk factors, right? So if you're overweight, you want to lose weight. If you don't exercise, you want to consider exercise with the guidance of a physician. You want to try to eat right, lower your cholesterol, and oh, by the way, if you smoke, you should stop.
Yeah, that one goes without saying. Calcium screening is an amazing test that can almost see into the future for those at risk of heart disease. And thanks to the efforts of Dr. Lewis and Metro Health, the screening is also at a cost, just $40, that allows those at risk to take advantage of it. By changing the way we screen for coronary disease, Metro Health is demonstrating once again that change is healthy.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or log on to www.metrohealth.org. Up next, musical memories. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're going to show you how to work the biceps and the back muscles by doing a seated row exercise utilizing our exercise band, okay? Ready to go?
Let's do this.
So we're going to start seated in a chair. We want our heels out in front of us with our toes pointed towards the ceiling. We're going to place the band around the arch of the foot. Once we're there, we can go ahead crisscross the handles just to make sure the band stays in place. Make sure you maintain that good posture. Pull your fists into your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay, exhale with exertion and inhale as your body rests. So squeeze the shoulder blades, fists out in front of you, 12 to 15. How you feeling?
Oh, feels great.
Not too bad. All right, everybody, 2 to 3 sets, and now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
Judy Brown was loving her life out in LA, but when parents needed cared for, she and her family moved back home. Through this experience, she found the calling for her Act 3, that extra stage in life where we now have time to do what you really want to do. And it's fair to say it put a song in her heart. Judy is an actor, singer, and on-camera talent, and she's here to share some of her talent with us here today. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Lori. Thank you for inviting me.
So it's noteworthy to mention that your parents needing care also, not only did you help them, but it came about a whole new career for you.
Absolutely.
So tell us about that.
Well, it brought me back to the Cleveland area. My father-in-law was ailing, and then my mother, and then my father. So we wanted to be here to help out. And when my father fell at his house, he was supposed to come live with us. He ended up in a retirement home, which he had a really difficult time to get used to.
Yeah.
And when I would go and visit him, which I did frequently, I noticed there were a lot of people that had no one to visit them. And I thought, how can I make a difference? What can I do? I thought, well, I'm a performer, I sing. Why not put a song in their heart and go around and sing for them and entertain them and talk to them and touch them and make them know they're important? So I started my company, Music for the Young at Heart.
It sounds a great calling, a passion that you finally discovered. So you got a taste of what this music could actually do for the patients by visiting a neighbor, though, too, right?
Right, just recently. I was singing at a home quite frequently, and she was there, but she'd been ill quite a bit, so I couldn't see her, and they couldn't wheel her down to hear me sing with the group. So I asked the hospice nurse if I could go to her and sing with her. And so I sat at the end of the bed, and I rubbed her feet. Now, mind you, this woman's been in a coma for a couple of years now.
Oh,
she had a brain aneurysm. So as I rubbed her feet, I sang a cappella to her. And as I sang to her, she stopped shaking. And the hospice nurse stood up, and I stood up, and we were so excited. And it just shows you the power of song and how music affects people in ways that we don't even know.
It just touches a different part of your brain than that cognitive piece, maybe, that you respond with.
So I stayed for a half an hour instead of one song.
Wow. You helped her out a lot, I bet. So.
I hope so.
And you've also seen another variety of reactions when you're singing with these older folks, correct?
Exactly. I don't only sing in retirement homes, but I sing for senior groups. And of course, the senior groups, they get up and they dance and they applaud and they sing, which is a totally different situation when I go to the homes. Many of the people in the homes have Alzheimer's or dementia and don't speak and oftentimes look like they're not paying attention. And as you sing to them, you start seeing them recall or memories come out. They actually do the words, they lip sync to me when I'm singing. And these are people that don't even talk and sometimes don't know their family's names or their own names. So somehow it touches those people in a way that we don't really even know.
Wow, that's great. What kind of music do you usually perform when you go out to these groups?
Well, this is fun. I do a little of everything. They also guide me on what to sing. I ask them when I perform if there's something they would like me to sing next time I come, if I don't sing a song that they particularly like. I want something that's going to spur a memory or something that really will affect them when I perform. But I do big band music, a lot of musical theater where I act out the characters. They love that.
Do you dress up too?
No. It'd be like quick change artist, right? No. And I also do 50s, 60s, and 70s music, depending on the age, but they guide me a lot about what music to sing, so next time I come, I bring a song that maybe will mean something to them and spur a memory that they have, but it also expands my repertoire at the same time.
Yes. And you talk to the residents before and after the performance, right?
Right. I set up my music and I give myself 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after just to walk around and talk to each one of them. I want them not to just sit and listen to the music, but I want them to be touched by a person and be talked to, because many are lonely. And it's not just song, it's having that human touch or someone that talks to you and they hug you back and they kiss you. It's very rewarding. Yeah.
That's so great. So Judy found a way to make her Act 3 pitch perfect by sharing her musical talent with appreciative audiences. Know someone who needs just a little tune-up? Then give Judy a call. Her number is coming up next. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura.
Learn more about music for the young at heart by logging on to www.judybrownpresents.com or call 330-554-3340. Next, who can you trust to care for your special needs child?
Let's all wake up to better health. Walk, run, fly, find a partner, an ally, a Metro Health doctor who will listen as long as it takes, so you can celebrate every day by living it your way. Get your physical, checkup, regular screening at Metro Health, and wake up every day to better health. Change is healthy.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance, because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back with help on how to protect your special needs child after you pass. Families who have a special needs child or grandchild want to make sure that their loved one continues to receive the best health care, government benefits, and personal care for life, even after the death of a primary caregiver. However, when planning for this time, many people make costly mistakes. Here to help us prevent such mistakes is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hi, Lori.
I know that nobody would knowingly plan incorrectly for a loved one and make these kinds of mistakes, so we want to make sure they don't make them. So you've got a list. What's the first mistake?
Well, the first mistake is, many people use SSI or Medicaid to help a special needs child for their physical or mental care, and they know that some of these programs are needs-based, so they don't want that disabled child to inherit anything, so they write them out completely. That's a mistake.
Okay. What should they do instead?
Well, what they should do is possibly set up a special needs trust for the child, so the money will go into the special needs trust and be available for the child and not impact a lot of these government programs. If they leave it to a family member, sibling or aunt or uncle, the trouble is they may not use the money for the needs of that child, or something bad happens to them and the money goes somewhere else, they pass away. So special needs trust is a good tool to consider.
It earmarks the money for the purpose
That's
that you
right.
want. So what's mistake number 2?
Mistake number 2 is not every trust is the same. So you don't use a generic trust or a living trust. A special needs trust has to have special language in it. And there's not just one type of special needs trust. There are many different types. So you need to sit down with someone who specializes in the area, make sure that they're drafting a document that fits the needs of that special needs trust, and also they'll be aware of changes as time goes on.
Right, because the laws are going to change.
That's right.
Moving on to number 3.
Okay, number 3, mistake number 3 is ask other people in the family if they want to help that special needs child. Now, the problem is if they write in their estate planning documents the money goes to that child, then they're going to inherit that money and immediately lose their benefits. So they need to know the special needs trust exists. You need to tell them, here's where I want the money to go.
Okay, so they can help but not hurt by mistake.
That's right.
We have time for one more, mistake number 4.
Okay, very important position, who's going to be the trustee of the special needs trust, because that person controls how the money's invested, when it's distributed, and how it's used generally. So you need to make sure you're picking a person who's wise, knowledgeable, and caring for that particular special needs child. So you want someone you really trust.
And make sure that they keep up with the laws
That's
and any
right.
changes and things.
And make sure the trust is funded also.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah. If there's no money in it, it doesn't help anybody.
That's right.
You want your disabled child or grandchild to be safe and happy for life, even after you pass. Pay attention to Mike's costly mistakes to achieve the best outcome for your family member. For more information, you can attend one of our upcoming free seminars, Monday, October 17th at 7 at the Holiday Inn in Rockside, Tuesday, October 18th at 1 p.m. at the Doubletree in Beechwood, or Wednesday, October 19th at 2 o'clock at the Westlake Rec Center. Or you can always call Mike with the number that's coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, it's unsettling to move a loved one to a nursing home. We'll help everyone successfully settle in. Then, we'll dig into the horticultural history of hops. Their grin was gone. We'll hear a personal story of a smile restored. Plus, why is Ohio always a battleground state? We'll peek behind presidential politics. And the IRS has new rules about IRAs. We'll spell out the details. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.